Welcome to the Jill on Money Show. It's Monday, October 28th, and we are here trying to provide you with unconventional and entertaining insights on your money and life. Mark, I wrote that a long time ago, and it still holds. I am your host. I am Jill Schlesinger, CBS News business analyst, certified financial planner. Mark, he's the guy on the other side of this whole conversation, or the person I just sort of allude to sometimes. And he is also a certified financial planner, as well as the best executive producer in the whole wide world. If you've got something going on in your life, a big transition or a big question or something's keeping you up at night, all you need to do is go to our website, jillonmoney.com. In the upper right-hand corner is a Contact Us button. Click that button, write us a note. And if you'd like to come on the show and chat with us live, check that box. Mark will do everything else. And we'd love to have you. While you're on the website, you'll see there's a lot of stuff that's free and some stuff that costs money. So free stuff like the blog, the videos, we've got resources, and we've got the free weekly newsletter. Comes out every Friday. Mark does a great job with that. We also have a way to spend some money. You can subscribe to Jill on Money Live. That is a $35 check that you'll have to write. I don't even think people write checks anymore, so I'm laughing about that. And for $35, you'll have access to quarterly live webinars for the next 12 months, bonus video content, the back catalog. And coming up next, we're going to be doing some tax loss harvesting, year-end planning with a CFP and CPA, Michael Goodman, on Thursday, November 14th at 7 Eastern Time. You can only be part of it if you are part of Jill on Money Live. And who wouldn't want to be? Okay, right now, let's go and talk to Todd, who's on the line from St. Paul, Minnesota. I was about to say Minneapolis. Oh my God, Todd, you would kill me. St. Paul, Minnesota. Hi, Todd.
Hello.
How you doing? What's going on?
I'm doing good. Just counting my last days down at work here.
Okay, tell us when is that? You mean like really last days?
So my retirement date is October 31st. I'll receive my first pension check on the 1st.
Oh my goodness. How does it feel?
Kind of scary.
Yeah.
Not getting up every day going to work is kind of scary.
Do you have some sort of game plan for how you're going to like manage your days?
Oh yeah. Yeah. I started a handyman business that I'm going to be doing hopefully just part-time as needed so I can pay for trips and miscellaneous stuff.
Cool. How old are you, Todd?
55.
And what's the pension amount that you'll be receiving?
Be receiving roughly $5,300 in monthly pension.
Uh-huh.
And then I've got an annuity that fluctuates. It's right around 560 right now.
That's good. And how much do you think you'll make from the side hustle, the handyman business?
Currently, I've been doing it for about 6 months, and I'm at about 40,000 on that.
For 6 months? You must be some heck of a handyman. Come to New York. I'll get you business up. I'll double that. Everyone needs a handyman. So, but you're not going to do it full time. But do you think you're going to kind of slow down a little bit, or what do you think you're going to end up doing?
The plan with that is just to do it a little bit so I don't have to touch my annuity. Do that to supplement the difference, what I'm used to living on.
What is the amount of money you need to like live comfortably or live as you've been living during your work life?
Probably about 6,000 a month. So I'm not too far off with my pension money.
Wow. Are you married, single? What do you got?
I'm married, 2 older kids out of the house.
And does your spouse work?
No, she did home daycare for 20 years. She retired after the school year got over last year.
Oof, that's tough work, man. Oh my God. Okay. So basically between your pension and your handyman income, you're golden, right?
Yep.
What about health insurance? What are you doing about that?
I've got enough saved up in my insurance bank to pay for several years, so I'm good on that.
Great. So what are you worried about? Why are you calling us? This is exciting. I'm so happy for you.
I guess the thing is, it's coming into winter now. I haven't gone through winter doing the handyman business. A lot of the work was building decks and stuff.
Yeah.
My question is, I've got this annuity that, being that it's a employer annuity through the union, I can pay the 20% tax if I just pull out, different sums here and there, or I can have it come out with whatever amount of tax I wanted to take it out with no penalty. But if I pull it into somewhere, you let somebody manage it, from what I understand, I got to wait till I'm 60 or pay a 10% penalty on top of anything I need to take out. for say an emergency fund.
Yeah, I see it. I see. So, in addition to the annuity, do you have any other money saved, or did your wife have a retirement account as well?
No, that's pretty much it.
Okay. Bank account, just like some safe money in the bank?
Yeah, not a whole lot. I mean,
This is interesting. I mean, because there's a pile of money in there, obviously. The longer we wait to take it, I mean, it's great to defer the income, but I feel like there's something there with the idea that you would want to take some of the money out. Maybe I wouldn't do it this year, because this year, here in 24, you do have taxable income. What were you earning before retirement? What's the annualized income you were receiving?
about 100,000.
So you have 100,000, and then you said you've already made 40, right?
Yep.
Okay. I'm just thinking that if you have $5,300 a month, you have your handyman income, which is all good, right? But that we take some amount of money out that would make you feel comfortable. Do you have, I mean, I think that you could essentially take like 50 or 60 grand out, pay the tax that's due, have that money, and then maybe do that every year, essentially. Because I think if you do it a little bit at a time, it's going to be easier for you. I mean, if you did it all at once, it's just a wild tax hit. Huge. Okay. But if it was 50 or 60 grand, even if it were 70, and you have them withhold the taxes, and that is allowed. As I mean, some places don't let you just pull the money out like that. Some places make you have a series of payments that must come out, and it has to be substantially equal. So I just want you to double check on that. But I agree, not having any money in the bank is not great for you. And I think that if we could then, essentially all we're saying for that, you've got like 10 years, are you going to be entitled to Social Security, right?
Yeah, at 62, I'll have the minimum.
No, I don't want that. I want you to basically take this annuity and I want that to be like the next 12 years or so. We're going to take basically about the same amount over, each year for the next 12 years. You're going to take that money out. Then at 67, you got Social Security. And your wife, will she claim on your record, or does she have her own Social Security record?
She's got her own.
So between two Social Security checks and your pension, you should be good, right?
Yep.
Okay. So I think that that's the game plan. And then you don't have to kill yourself with the handyman work. I mean, it's as much as it's fun, then you should do it. If it keeps you engaged and it's fun. But I would be worried that you feel pressure. I don't want you to feel any pressure, because it sounds like you're in very good shape. Is your wife entitled to your pension? If something happens to you, what happens with that $5,300? If you, God forbid, if something bad happens, what happens to the $5,300?
I went with, I think it was the 100% option. So
all right, she's good. She's gonna spend that with her next husband. How you feeling about that? Good or not so good? She'll be happy. Don't worry, I'll take care of her. Tell her to call us. I'm just kidding you. Hey, how much is your house worth?
Right now, with times changing, it was up close to 600. Now I guess we're probably about 500,000.
And do you have a mortgage left?
Yeah, I still have quite a bit on that.
How much?
I think it's like 260.
Okay, but is it a decent rate?
Yeah, it's like 3.2%.
Great. Perfect. Don't worry about that. Okay, I think that we take some money out, basically use that annuity over the next 12 years until 67. You're going to use that annuity every year. You're going to pull a little bit of money out. Okay, you're going to get that tax hit. It's going to suck. It's okay. You're going to have to pay taxes on it at some point anyway, right? Pay the tax that's due. Then you just keep having, and even if you're not living on that money, build it up. There has to be some account, as you said, an emergency reserve fund that has, $25,000, $30,000. Got to have some money in there, and maybe even a little more. Like you said, if I need a car, something goes wrong in the house, you've got to have the money available, right? If we get used to taking that money out from the annuity every year, you pay the tax that's due, you build up your emergency reserve, you build up, maybe even just have instead of making this an IRA rollover account, maybe we just say, okay, you're going to pay the tax that's due. Tax rates are pretty low. You should be fine. And if you end up with a brokerage account, you've had a little bit of extra money and you want to invest it, that's fine. But it is the money that is your cushion. This is your cushion between now and Social Security. Does that make sense?
So the money I take out is saying like 50, 60,000 a year, use what we need to, but also put that into, say, a savings account.
Yes, absolutely. In fact, I would say, you said that you need, I think what you're saying is you need about $6,000 a month net. So you've got your pension is gross 5,300, right? You've got some money from the handyman work. It's going to be okay, but I need you guys to have a bank account with like a chunk of money in it, right? And maybe what's going to happen, Todd, you may have to give us a holler back, because I think what you're going to have is a better understanding. Let's say maybe after 6 months. So forget about this year, because whatever, like we're done with you're going to have this year, and then you got the holidays, and you're going to start. Then you're going to be in January, and you're going to have a much better sense of what is the amount of money that you'd like to make from the handyman work, and you can make. You know what your pension is, but you'll use this first chunk of money. And if you can use that money and have some left over, I really want there to be leftover. I don't think you're going to need that much money from the annuity. But if you take 50 or 60 grand out, it's going to be taxable. So that 50 or 60 is going to turn into 30 or 40. Some of it has to go into the bank. That first year, it's going to be mostly in the bank, or some of it will be used to spend, depending. But don't spend all that money. We need that money as a base for you so that you have some flexibility in the future. So I think you should get back in touch with us in June. You're going to have a lot more information, and we can see what's the game plan going forward. But I think in January, you take your 50 grand out. You're going to know that you have that tax that's due. Put that money in the bank. Do not spend that money, please, because it won't work if you spend this money every year.
Okay.
Make sense?
It does.
Oh, man. I love it when it makes sense. What am I forgetting, Mark? Anything?
Estate documents.
Oh, where are your estate documents, Todd?
I have nothing like that right now.
Come on now. No will?
No.
Why are you being so mean to your heirs? You know what a pain in the ass it is to die without a will? It is so bad. Do you have anybody that you could turn to help you with this? Is there a lawyer in the family, a friend of a friend, anything like anybody around in your world?
I'm sure I could probably find somebody if I looked for them. Yeah.
Yeah. You know what? You're in a union. Union people always have the best connections. So ask some of your folks in the union, like, hey, who's got a reasonably priced lawyer who can help me and my wife draft a will, a power of attorney, and a healthcare proxy. Those are your 3 big documents. Because you know what? You're a handyman. What if you got hurt? What if something bad happened? You want somebody, probably your wife in this case, to have the ability to make a decision on your behalf. And it is a complete pain in the tush if you die without a will. It really makes the settlement process for your heirs pretty nasty. So get that done. And I feel like, you know what? You're going to have so much time. Essentially in a week, you're going to have plenty of time. So do that before you leave and just get some names, book an appointment. It's not going to kill you to do it. Kill you. Estate planning. That's a little bit of a joke. I didn't mean it. All right, Todd, I'm going to send you off to prepare in just days for your retirement. If you are like Todd and his wife and you are starting a big transition, this is incredible because we have the ability to help you kind of plan out the near term. And as I said to Todd, if you are not sure about everything, it's okay. You can check back in with us, but start the process by going to our website, JillOnMoney.com, click the Contact Us button, write us a note, let us know if you want to come on the air, and Mark does everything else. All right, you can subscribe to us on the Odyssey app or wherever you find your favorite podcasts. Put your hands metaphorically on someone's back, change your work, change your wealth, change your life. Thanks for listening. We'll talk to you tomorrow.